In this video, I want to break down how you actually scale your service-based business to millions and millions of dollars, and more importantly, how each step along this progression will actually allow you to have more profit, more predictability, more leverage, and increase your wealth. Let's get it going. Welcome back, guys. Greg here with Alt Agency. And what I want to break down today is the kind of 4 stages that service-based business owners will go through or kind of need to go through to not only increase their revenue, but also their profits, the leverage, and creating more wealth. This was kind of taken from a presentation that I gave not too long ago in our free Facebook group, where we do trainings each and every week. You can check that out in the link below. There's a progression, and I want to give a shout out to Nathan Barry from ConvertKit. He wrote a blog post calling this the ladders of wealth. I kind of modified some of the things he talked about, look at how services differ along this journey. So if we kind of look at this growth curve of time, and then at the top right, income, leverage, wealth, etc. The first place a lot of us found ourselves in is trading time for money. And I'm going to dissect what each of these phases look like. Then you maybe go out on your own and you have your own service business. Maybe you start off as freelance. And because of that, the level of income potential that you can earn in a year actually will go up. Now, that doesn't mean you actually are going to make more, especially in the first year and sometimes even more. But this ceiling kind of goes away if you continue to grow your business correctly. Then when you productize those services, where you specialize and focus on solving one specific problem for one specific person, you actually reduce a lot of the operational drag that, again, raises the ceiling on your income, your profitability, and your leverage on this journey. And lastly, converting those into products and programs for your ideal clients. And each step up this curve, you are making more money, there's more profit potential. It is a greater opportunity vehicle, for the lack of a better term, to have a greater impact, remove yourself from the business, have something that's sellable, etc. So this is the journey that I want to break down for you. And I want to look at, as a service provider, which I know you are, and I know that's how I got started, the common trajectory and what each of the steps look like in this ladder, and maybe how we can combine them both in the short term for maximizing profits, kind of taking our business to the next level, and the long-term plan on where you could take your service-based business to achieve the wealth potential that you are after. This is really the path to scaling services. Like I said, you start off with time for money. We pretty much all do, right? This is where you have an hourly job working for a company, and or maybe you have a salary working for a company, okay? Well, many of us are familiar with this. We started there. I worked for dozens of agencies representing big brands, small brands, but then I went out on my own and I started my own service business. And I was, in some stages, getting paid hourly for work with clients, then turned it into projects, and I charged by the project. My team even grew. I realized that in order to deliver these projects, I could get help. So I'm going to go find some people to help me. And so I had some team that I was managing to do that. Long story short, I built a company that was called Systemly, and we were, a sales and marketing automation boutique shop. We build stuff out for different online entrepreneurs behind the scenes, their webinar funnels. We did that enough times, and here's the key piece, to understand what our clients valued, where we made the most money, what we enjoyed doing, eliminating the things that we also didn't like, and we productized our services. Now, a lot of people throw this term out there, and here are some examples of what that might look like. First, you have a fixed scope for a fixed fee. That's super important. There is a fixed scope of work, clear end-to-end deliverables, and there's a fixed price. This is also where you see selling, consulting, coaching packages. Maybe there's X number of calls or, things like that, where you meet once a month and you coach someone or consult someone on a specific outcome. But usually the package, when it comes to this, is specialized into some sort of area where you have specialized knowledge. For example, you are a consultant or coaching around sales and sales process. You wouldn't just be, hey, I'm a coach and I coach on any and everything related to small to medium-sized business. That would be more general still. Another example of productized services is recurring services. You've probably seen this in the marketplace. Then you have recurring productized services. As an example, when I hired my first video editor, we paid about $1,000 a month for 4 videos. Then you have unlimited services. Actually, these are kind of where the OGs of productization came about. You have the WP curves, you have Design Pickle, where it's like, hey, unlimited requests, and we'll do unlimited tasks, but we only do 1 task at a time, or you can pay more and we'll do 3 to 5 active tasks at a time. These are 5 examples of productizing service. Now, a key distinction that I see in this is we obviously go from your own services, which is time for money. Things are very custom in this ballpark, and you start to have the productization, which is repeatability on this side of the spectrum. When you move into productized services, these services are still, for the most part, delivered one-to-one. You have a process for how you do the work. Each new client follows the same process. There still is the ability to have customization and or tailoring inside of the delivery a little bit, probably like an 80% repeatable, standardized, and maybe 10-20% customized. Then we take the leap to products. You have things like digital products, like courses and ebooks. You're packaging that intellectual property. This is where you start going into group coaching and consulting, or training and workshops. You probably, if you're watching this channel, have at some point at least seen and or possibly invested in a multi-day workshop, either virtual and or in person. This is where you see the high-ticket consulting, high-ticket programs, high-ticket coaching, hybrid leverage programs, which I will talk about, SWAS, which is software with a service. When we were building out automation, you could argue that we were a SWAS company because we implemented campaigns and automation using very specific tools. They weren't our own proprietary tools. They were off-the-shelf tools. So we built active campaign funnels. We built Infusionsoft and Keep funnels. There are people out there that I knew that only worked with HubSpot people. That is an example of, some people will call it a tech-enabled service, whether it's your own proprietary software or an off-the-shelf software. There are services wrapped around a specific software that you are using for your clients. Again, as you go up this ladder from left to right, the wealth ability, your ability to generate more and more wealth, more and more leverage goes up, right? Because you're moving up and to the right, which is away from selling time. The closer you get to this side of the equation, the more you have disconnected your time from your income. One of the things that I think is a huge opportunity, if you're watching this channel and you have a service, there's a couple key takeaways. The first one is when we go from here to here, this is about specializing. When we go from here to here, it's really about going from one-on-one to one-to-many. Most of these things, you are serving a lot of clients and you can take 5, 10, 15, even 20 new clients a month, and it doesn't have a direct impact on your hours worked. They don't go up together like most service-based businesses. You get one client, you now need an extra hire, and or that each client is X amount of hours of work a week, which clearly there is a ceiling on how many you can serve. So that's kind of the path. The more we can move into these, the better. Now, I believe, and at Alt Agency, we believe and teach this notion of a hybrid leverage program. This is where we combine things like maybe you have a course, there's a curriculum, there's a step-by-step process that gets additional support through adding group coaching and consulting. Or maybe you have a group coaching and consulting program that incorporates a recurring productized service. Maybe you go and you create a funnel for your client, say you're a marketing agency, and you package up the implementation and delivery of or coach people on how to deploy a lead acquisition system, but then the recurring service that you upsell or cross-sell people into after they have that engine built is either coaching or consulting, or maybe you provide them with a new ad campaign to run every single month, or you give them X number of pieces of content that is marketing collateral every month. The combination of these things is what I believe is a huge opportunity for you if you have specialized knowledge and the ability to implement, like you're a practitioner. So if you literally go up this ladder from selling your time for your money to disconnecting that along this journey, each and every step up this ladder, we're actually disconnecting and unlinking our time from our income potential, our wealth potential, our profit potential. And if you're a service provider, you're kind of in between these two areas where, for the lack of a better term, hybrid leverage program, it's the combination of things that are leveraged with some things that are repeatable from a service perspective. So your clients get high touch, and you also package up your process, your intellectual property into something that can really scale without you, and again, disconnected from your hours. At Alt Agency, that's what we help service providers, agencies, freelancers, consultants do. So if you're right now in your own service business and you're looking to specialize, there's a link inside the description, a free training breaking down the 4 steps that I took to actually make the leap from service-based into productized and into online products and programs, and how you can too. So I highly encourage you to check that out if you want to move away from selling your time from your income and also having multiple bosses, having every project start from scratch. You want to make millions from a service business. This is hands down one of the fastest and most efficient ways to increase your income, your profitability, and your leverage, meaning you can make more while also over time working less. If that's the lifestyle that you necessarily want, or you want to be able to bring people in and have a business that quote unquote can run without you, these steps are still relevant. Link below for the masterclass walking you through the 4 steps I took, and we've now taken over 503 people through this process. Check it out below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give us a like and a subscription if you are not subscribed yet. We release a new video each and every week. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and check out one of these videos that we've put together already as well.